What's going on, everyone? Let's take care of some business. China's real estate bubble is absolutely collapsing. In 2008, when the subprime mortgage crisis nearly ended modern capitalism, housing was 8% of the US GDP, while housing is 25% of China's. This is an epic meltdown, and it's just the beginning. Meanwhile, in the United States, inflation is so high that the Federal Reserve is talking about raising interest rates further, choking the credit out of the economy completely. Everything is expensive. Gold is perfect for this environment, but it is near all-time highs already. So I want to present a company called Gold Mining Inc., trading on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker GLDG. The reason is that this is a company that trades at multi-year lows extremely cheap. Their gold resources are only worth $1 an ounce. If you go to wealthresearchgroup.com/cheap gold, there's an entire presentation explaining how this company is effectively 80% or 90% more discounted than anything out there. If you're bullish on gold, I urge you to stop everything you're doing and download this carefully drafted report now. Gold Mining Inc. is a junior resource company trading under the symbol GOLD on the TSX Venture Exchange and GLDLF on the OTC markets. The company is focused on the acquisition, exploration, and development of resource stage gold products in America. And remember, people, there's always a risk of loss, and past performance is not indicative of future results. Come on now. What's going on, everybody? It's me, Jericho Green. I'm right here, and I'm with you once again. Happy Friday. Is your week coming to an end? I hope so. If not, well, tough shit. It'll come to an end soon enough. I feel you. When you're a kid, Fridays are everything because you have the weekend off, guaranteed. But when you're a grown-up, well, your work might not have it that way. Your work might say, well, your weekend is Monday and Tuesday or Sunday and Monday. You never know. So your Friday could be different. But if your Friday is Friday, well, damn it, good for you. Shout out to everybody here. I appreciate you. J954, I see you. Lighthawk says that thumbnail, though. We'll get to that. We'll get to that thumbnail. I will tell you exactly what that means if you don't know already. Royston Marshall says London is here. Thank you, Royston Marshall. You sound like you're British. Royston? You better be somebody. Your parents didn't name you Royston for nothing. I bet you wear an ascot, maybe a monocle from time to time, some crushed velvet blazer with your alma mater's symbol, their shield embroidered on your jacket. I am the Honorable Royston Marshall. Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. Royston Marshall, he says black conservative. Are you a conservative who happens to be of a dark skin tone? Is that what you're telling me? I'm a conservative of a darker complexion here in London town, in Piccadilly Circus. Is that what's called, the Piccadilly Circus? Piccadilly Square? Which one is it? Pick a something. How do you spell Piccadilly? Never. I've never had to write the word, spell the word Piccadilly. Wow. Okay. Hold on a second. Is it square? Oh, Piccadilly Square. Okay. That's what it is. It's Piccadilly Square. Yeah, I've never ever had to spell the word Piccadilly. Sounds in America, that could be like a racial slur. Now, hell no, man. I don't want no dadgum Piccadilly in my town. You get one here, next thing you know, they're fucking everywhere. Everywhere I look, a Piccadilly. Sarah Jane says, all I know is I used to love going to Piccadilly to eat. What brought you to London? To London Square. Sarah, were you in the military? Or you just, backpacking across Europe? Lighthawk says, dick a filly. No, I guess you could, but isn't a filly a female horse? So you don't want to fuck them. Mm-hmm. Wilton Perkins says, like your stiff upper lip British accent. Oh, thank you, Wilton Perkins. Reminds me of an old chap that I served with in Her Majesty's Royal Army. Mr. Perkins. Oh, it's a restaurant in the USA. Oh, isn't it in Georgia or some shit? Well, I thought you went to London, Sarah. Sarah with an H. No, just an A, then an H, of course. Andrew Brown, welcome back, mother sucker. You mother sucker. Piccadilly Circus. It is Piccadilly Circus. I was right. Thank you, Royston Marshall. Authentically Kennedy, what up, Loke? You and yo baby. How is the little baby doing? Not so little anymore, huh? Things getting bigger and bigger. You're almost there. You are almost there, Miss Kennedy. Yeah, she says Jericho's wearing a sweater. We're finally entering fall in the Central Valley. You damn right, because it was hot up until last week. Shoot, if I'm busting this out, if I got layers on, it's real. It's cold as shit in here. Kick on my little space heater. Sarah Jane says, I've been to the one in Florida. I like your British accent, by the way. It sounds very posh. Of course, we're all posh here. Well, I also do, the Potter do and the Londoner do, or Brev. That one, too. What's that one called? Ugh, that's one of the most unattractive accents in the world. That'll make a girl's vagina go dry. Hey, hello, miss, you want to go over here and do off what I do? Yeah, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, guys. Where were we? The Kegel, not Kegels, the Kegel. 82 degrees in Mesa, Arizona. Yeah, well, that's where the sun goes to vacation. And then when it's not on vacation, that's where the sun lives. If you wrote a letter to the sun, it's going to be sun anywhere in Arizona and then the zip code. Because Arizona is unprofessionally hot all the time. I think I have been to northern Arizona and Flagstaff. It snows there. So that's the anomaly in northern Arizona. But you get down central, southern, all that shit. Take that furnace, crank it up. Got him, coach. Pasadena, California here. Jericho Green. Hey, man, you know how it is. You're behind enemy lines. You know how it is to suffer, California. Excuse me. Forgive me, guys, for concentrating on something else. It's my neighbor. I'm experiencing racism. You know how it is being a black person in America. Racism is like everywhere. And my evil, racist white neighbors sent me a text message saying, hey, we're loading up a trailer for the dump. If you got anything, you're free to throw it on there. I know. Terrible people. Evil, blue-eyed, white devils. Terrible to be black in America. I know. Klaus Schwab ain't no Schwab, yeah? It says, hi, guys. Mark Baumgartner. He says, Eastern North Kakalaka. Let's do a roll call. Where the fuck you guys at today? Where are you calling? Where are you watching or listening from? Sarah Jane, you're right. It's around every corner. Every time I'm like, oh, racism. Racism. Stupid. Royston Marshall. He says, is the topic Chicago tonight? It's one of them. That's why there's a hand on there like this. What's this? What does that mean? Huh? What's that for? That's for a dick, right? Right? Basically, I mean, are they really giving asylum seekers, illegals, hand jobs in Chicago? Probably not yet. But they basically are, because they're giving them $9,000, up to $9,000, and a furniture starter kit, so they can find more permanent housing. You don't want them sleeping on the street, in the airport, in the police department too long. You got to give these people a permanent residence so they can put roots down and change the face of your entire fucking city. They can't do that on their own. They came here with nothing. So we can't have them build their own and make something out of nothing like you probably did or your ancestors probably did. We have to do it for them. So let's give them up to $9,000 and a furniture starter kit. I'm not bullshitting. So basically, that's what you're giving them. You're giving these people 9 Gs and hand jobs. Also, we'll talk about the shooting in Maine. I'm so fucking sick and tired of covering these things. I'm so sick of them. Also, what the fuck's going on in Israel? We got U.S. airstrikes going on. Yes, U.S. as in us, as in the United States of America. We're dropping bombs on people in the Middle East. Imagine that. And a Chinese fighter jet gets really, really close, like as in within 10 feet of a U.S. Air Force B-52 bomber. What's going on? What's going on in the world? Well, we're about to find out, because we're about to be plunged right into all of it. But I did ask for a roll call. Devil's Advocate, Philly Burbs. Good for you. Stay in the burbs where it's safe. Matthew Coolidge, Auburn, Maine. How far are you from the happenings in Maine? Abe says, I'm at home here in my town. All right, man. Keep it vague. Vegas, South Dakota. Do they have an accent in South Dakota? I feel like they do. Bexar County, Texas, you son bitch. Lexington, Kentucky. We're watching Justified right now. A lot of Lexington in that one. Delaware, Broward County, Florida. Jersey, Peanut. Maryland. Timonium, Maryland. Never heard of that place. Yeah, sorry, Wilton. We are going to talk about your place of birth, Chicago. Bears. Western Mass, Lubbock. Northwest Tennessee. Not to be confused with Southwest Tennessee. This is Northwest, bitch. Get it right. Oh, Adrian's on vacay and you still checking me out. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Ocala, Florida. Never heard of that place. Contra Costa County, Stephen. I've heard of that. Contra Costa County. That's right around the butthole of California. Like the actual part like this. You know, the turd cutter part where the shit comes out. Well, Contra Costa County is like right around it. It's in the Bay Area, California, so you get it. Kayla says, ATL, shouty. You people. Sure appreciate you guys being here. Sarah says, don't forget about the nurses making 20 G's a month taking care of the migrants. Well, you got to pay everybody well. It's so easy. It's so easy to spend other people's money. I've often used this analogy. Matthew's a mile away from that shit. Oh, shit, Matt. Well, I'm sure glad it didn't come anywhere closer to you. I mean, you are very close to that psychopath. But I often use the analogy because I think it's something we can all relate to. if you've ever been to a company party, a company that you work for, they're throwing a party and everything's paid for, or an open bar. You know, we've all been to weddings or something that have an open bar, and people get very wasteful when everything is paid for. You see a lot of half empty bottles of water and something with a bite taken out of it, and they throw it away. People get very, very wasteful when they don't have to pay for shit. And that goes for little things or big things like billions of our tax dollars. It's easy to spend money that other people work for or just fucking give to you. That's why the city of Chicago has no problem with treating illegals like this. City of New York, the state of California, and many others have no problem giving these people foot rubs and hand jobs when they come across the border at our expense. Not the Roosevelt Hotel in New York, that Randall's Island, I believe it is, Randall's Island in New York. Just that one facility where they have the soccer fields. And then the illegals can use a soccer field. You people who live here, you children and adults and stuff who want to go and play soccer on the weekend with something to do or to keep you out of trouble, you can't. Fuck you. Okay? That's number one. Fuck you all. The illegals can play soccer there, and they have 24-hour fluff and fold laundry service, and they have 24-hour snacks and tea, and they have video games, and they have phones so they can call back to their relatives. And we're not talking a long-distance phone call across town when you were a kid and you were scared when the phone bill was coming because you were talking to that girl for 2 hours. We're talking thousands of miles. We're talking from New York to fucking Chile or China or Pakistan or Ethiopia or Western Africa or South America, where these people come from. These are expensive calls. $20 million a month for that one facility. You think the mayor of New York's holding a fucking bake sale? You think the officials, the powers that be in New York, you think Katie Hochul's having a garage sale to pay for this? No. They're taking their left hand and they're putting it on the neck of the New Yorkers, and they're slamming you up against the wall saying, shut the fuck up. And with their right hand, they're sticking it in your pocket and taking your money. They might even play with your dick or your vagina while they're in there. You ain't going to do shit. You're going to keep electing the Mayor Eric Adams and the fucking AOCs. They're not scared. So they got you up against the wall, patting your ass down. Why not? $20 million a month? What are they fucking eating? When you hear about these celebrities paying tens of thousands, $100,000 a month for child support or spousal support, bitch, what are you eating? Where are you taking these children? Where are you buying their clothes? Because it's hard to justify $20,000 a month for some child support. You're supporting them too much. $20 million a month for that facility, not all of them. Just for that one. The Roosevelt Hotel is going to cost New York taxpayers over $250 million when it's all said and done. Do you know who owns the Roosevelt Hotel in New York City? New York City? Are you sitting down? Do you have a cotton ball or a tissue, something you can put in your nostril because you're about to get some anger blood? Are you ready? The government of Pakistan, they own the Roosevelt Hotel. That $250 million plus dollars are going to the Pakistani government. Where did we find bin Laden? We found him in the it wasn't the Green Bay Packers. Oh yeah, we found him in Pakistan. Where are a lot of these illegals coming from? Pakistan. So not only are we allowing the Pakistani government to bend us over, we're handing here, Pakistani government, we're handing them the KY. Here, if you're gonna fuck this here, squirt that on your uncut Pakistani dick. New Yorker. I'll stop. No, you won't make me stop. You had Mayor de Blasio, and then you vote in Mayor Eric Adams. You're not serious, New York. Spunbag 65, right on time with Fudge, Pakistan. Robin Spielman, welcome. So sure, why not? Biden gave $6 billion to Iran. You think he's done? That $6 billion is just the helmet. That's the tip. Ladies, you've all fallen victim to the tip. Just let me put the tip in. Yeah, the tip. Okay, just the tip. Next thing you know. Cool. So anyway, yeah. New York, bend over. And something I want to talk about real quick before we get to the $9,000 HJ from Chicago is, don't forget, guys. Don't forget. I'm going to, let's see. Easier if I do it on my telefono. Turn that shit down. Bam, bam, bam. There it is. I will pin it to the top. No, that's not how you pin it. Act like you've done this before. There we go. So that is the link to my new channel, Green's House, Queen Bee's Art Hive, BRB. She'll be right back. Mark Burchett. Yeah, he said the tip can be dangerous. It can. The tip is a gateway drug to the rest of the dick. But hey, ladies, you said he could. You said he could put the helmet. You know he wasn't going to stop at the helmet. You knew that. Anyway, the link that I just pinned to the top of the comment section is a link to my new channel, Green's House. All interviews. Find people with a cool story to tell, an interesting experience in their life. I have 3 of them up there right now, and I'm almost at 1,500 subs, and then I have to hit 4,000 hours of watched time. Basically, that's YouTube making sure that people are going to actually watch this shit before they monetize my page. So get over there, check it out, like, sub, share. I have some very interesting interviews up there already. I drop the new interviews every Monday. And the next one is a doozy. I'm not going to tell you anything about it. You just have to be there next Monday. It is a story that I've heard happen to a lot of other people, but I've never known somebody personally who has lived through this harrowing experience, an experience that every damn one of us would shit our pants if we were staring down the barrel of it. Klaus Schwab. Thank you, Klaus. He says, I'm already subscribing. It's a cool channel. Thank you, man. I really appreciate that. Scream that from the mountaintop for me, if you will. Let everybody know. Check it out. But the next one is one of my favorites so far because I've never actually gotten to speak to somebody who's lived through this. And I guarantee you, I don't care how badass you are. I don't care what service you served in. I don't care what job you've had, drilling to the center of the earth. I don't care. I squeezed out a baby with no drugs. I don't care what you did. If you were staring at this same situation, we would all go in our pants and shit them. I know I would. So make sure you are here next Monday and every Monday to see what the hell I got going on. DJ John T from Sweden, yeah, he says subscribe now. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate that. And speaking of appreciation, let's do some of these. Shall we? J954, my man. J954. Just hitting about 2-3 home runs in this sentence right here. Thank you, man. And he's been a member for 8 months. I really appreciate that as well. It says popping cherries, Florida style. No STDs this year, though. Chicago and migrants got me niggled like, whoa. That is a word, people, niggle. That means to be annoyed. And I'm extremely niggled by that. But I like how you said no STDs this year. Not this year. We'll go back. We'll get them next year, but not this year. This year we can't be doing no fucking STDs. And where's that from? Oh, I can't believe I'm actually going to show this. This makes me want to shit myself. But that's where it came from. This is what we're looking at. This is the world. This is the America that they want us to live in. This is it. I'm pulling it up on the gram, on Insta. So disgusting. Why'd you have to bring that up, J954? Hold on, it'll take me a second. I post a lot of shit, people, but I know it's here. I know it is here. Can you believe that shit? They tagged my shit. The video I posted about Sloppy Joe falling asleep in Maui. Fact checkers. Fuck out of here. And you look at the fact checkers, and they're the people that work for the people that want them to check the facts. Look at this filthy, ghetto, nasty shit I'm about to show you. This is where that line comes from. No STDs, though. Not this year.
Me and my sister, we got something to say. Because y'all got us fucked up. We finna take over the world. We finna be performing at the BET Awards, the Oscars, Planet Fitness, Popeyes, Planned Parenthood, and they give me free Plan B pills at the motherfucker. We gonna get them Plan Bs, honey packets. Honey pack. And you said bundles to our fans. Bundles. To our fans. Condoms, because we can't be raw dogging these niggas this year. We not getting pregnant. We not catching no STDs. I'm not this year. Not this year. I'm not going to no more doctors for your ass, nigga. And I'm not having no much more kids because I have 3 kids. No more yeast infections. No more. None of that.
Have you ever seen somebody be proud of an STD? I don't think I've ever seen that. Have you ever seen anybody be proud of discharge? Oh, just got to reset. After that, you got to shake the fucking Etch-a-Sketch, huh? They said no more STDs. Not this year. Next year, okay, I'm down with chlamydia, but not this year. You got to have standards. J954, once again, thank you for the 556. He says, I lived in Detroit for 30 years, so I don't want to hear how Cali and Florida get cold. Fuck out of here with that weak shit, y'all. Ninja, please. Hey, man, look, I got thin California blood, okay? Damn all that Midwest icicles from the power lines. Fucking, if you get locked outside of your house, you'll freeze to death kind of shit. No, I don't need that. No, thank you. I like it right here where I can drive to the snow about an hour away. And you'll see, I'll do some videos from the snow. I did some last year. Our friends bring their kids, and we bring our kids and go up there as a family, spend a day in the snow. And you'll see some later this year, probably December or something. Depends if we have a wet winter like we did last year. But I like to be able to go visit the snow and then drive back. Fuck that. That's snow living. Oh, crazy. Brendan Gerzalak, thank you. He says, my mom and I are going to Chicago on November 6th, courtside Bulls ticket. Shout out to Mama Gerzalak, too. Hey, well, you know how Chicago is. Get in, get out, stay safe, people. I'd like to have you both back here after that. The season just started, so we don't know if the Bulls are going to be any good this year. But since you're a fan, I'll be rooting for the Bulls. The Bulls. Ransom Sheen. Thank you. He says, I put on my leftist hearing aids and I heard your neighbor call you garbage for being you. Their offer was a clear ruse to act supreme over you. Yeah, it was. Those crafty little bastards. Well, shady or not, I'm taking them up on it because I don't have a bunch of shit to go, but I got a few things in the backyard that I would like to get rid of. So the timing is impeccable. And if that's racism, hey, sign me up. Matthew and all. Thank you. He says foot laugh emoji, foot rubs, and hand jobs. Basically, all we're missing are the palm leaves and the chilled grapes. We treat these people like fucking sultans when they come here. You go there. Let them find out you're illegal. Not only will you not get hooked up with anything, you'll get deported. They will send your ass back home. DJ John T, thanks for the super sticker. And thanks for being a proud member. He said 8 months proud member now and counting. Love from Greta. Greta Lynn. Yeah, you keep that nasty little retard. Ugh. How dare you? How dare you? Little shit. You and your steam-powered transportation. Vigilant Patriot says won't allow me to pay you. That's fucked. Why would they want to stop me from getting paid? That hurts, YouTube. How about this? Vigilant Patriot, I thank you very much for your generosity. I'll put my Cash App link in the comments, so maybe that'll help. I do appreciate it. Spank you. So yeah. Which ones should we talk about first? Chicago or what the hell is going on in the Middle East? First person to comment on either one is what I'm going to go with. So Chicago, the $9 grand in hand jobs, or what's going in the middle of the eastern part. Mark Burchett, I love that. Fuck Joe Biden, or Buck Joe Biden. I like that. I'm always behind that. Looks like DJ John T was the first one in. Looks like other people's agree. Other people agree. Other people's. Man, I look at all them peoples. Chicago. So let's talk about how great it is to be an illegal in this country. Sucks to be an illegal in any country that's not westernized. The westernized countries seem to be the ones that allow you to just overwhelm them and flood their country with the illegals. You look at that small Italian village that just has African dudes hanging around on the street, sitting on benches and shit. Weapon X, good question. He says, what's the difference between Chirac and the Middle East? There's probably more weapons in Chirac than the Middle East. Certainly a comparable body count. But you have these people coming here on these Western countries, and they're just, not only are they welcomed, but they're like put up on a pedestal and they're leapfrogged to the front of the line. And you learn in elementary school, what's the worst thing? A cutter. You even have a little nursery rhyme. How does it go? It's 3 words. Cutter, cutter, peanut butter. You can't cut to cut in line? You son of a bitch. But that's what they're doing. We have Americans sleeping on the street. We have Americans that need help, schools that need help, need protection, infrastructure. You have, they say 22 veterans kill themselves every day. I think it's higher. We have all of these issues in America that we could be taking care of. But we don't. We don't take care of the Americans. Exactly. Jet Blackheart 83. No butts, no cuts, no coconuts. Cutting, we all learn from an early age, cutting in line is bad. Not here, not in these Western countries. Fuck the line. Don't even stand in line. Just bulldog your way to the front and we'll give you all kinds of shit. Not only will we give you shit, we will give you shit that we don't even give our own people. When's the last time your local government tapped you on the shoulder, huh? You want to give me something? You want to help me with my rent or my mortgage? You want to give me furniture? Man, that's nice of you. It's never happened. Are all of our roads in good condition? Are all of our schools performing up to par? No? Oh, fuck. Man, that sucks. Oh, well, let's send it over to somewhere else. Let's send tens of billions of dollars somewhere else. Are our borders secure? Of course not. But we're going to make sure that Israel's are secure. We're going to make sure that Ukraine's are secure, but now not ours. That's weird. That is so weird. And these countries, i.e. Israel, we give them over $3 billion every year. So what have you been doing with the $3 billion we've been giving you every year? Where'd it go? Because if you were putting it toward military aid like you were supposed to, like it was earmarked for, you guys would have weapons to the fucking moon. Why do we give you so much money for military aid every year, and when a war comes along, you need our help? The $3 billion every year in military aid, that was the help. That was the help. Now you got our military equipment and personnel over there. We're dropping bombs on Syrian targets already. They say it was groups of terrorists who were lobbing rockets and mortars at U.S. servicemen and women in Iraq and Iran and somewhere else. And so, and even say in the article that it was to no success. They didn't kill anybody. I'm not saying you should be allowed to do shit to us if you don't kill anybody. But it's kind of hard to have servicemen and women in harm's get hit by mortars and rockets if they're not over there. Wait a minute. Is it that easy that if you don't put them over there, they can't get hurt? So why the hell are we over there? Here we go again. How many fucking times do we got to get in a fight in the Middle East before we learn our lesson? How many times? How many fucking wars are we going to have in the Middle East until we learn our lesson to leave those people alone? I don't give a damn what you're fighting about. I don't care who had what, who it belonged to first. I don't give a shit. I got my own problems over here. I got my own shit going on in my own country. Where's the $3 billion? Where's the beef? Where's the $3 billion we've been giving your ass for years? Mark Burchett, you have a good point. When it comes to these illegals, he says government cheese, peanut butter, rice, and beans. Why is that good enough for us, but not them? Why aren't they eating that? Why are we catering to these people's needs in such a manner? Why? Illegals should get fed just like we feed our prisoners. Sack lunches, if there's moldy bread in there. I don't really give a fuck. I don't think we should be feeding them at all, really. I think it should be just one big U-turn. You come into this country illegally, here, we got the little, just like the little cattle ropes they got up at the fucking TSA going to the airport. They got those little things up. They got them on the stands, and then you can pull them out, click it to the other one to guide people, right? To guide you and show you where to go. Boom, you come in, U-turn. Take your ass right back home. Why do they act like we can't send these people back? Like, fuck, they're here. We gotta keep them. Why? Why? What the fuck for? You're out of here. You ain't even supposed to be here. Oh, no. We don't do that. Have a seat. Take your shoes off. There we go. You got to get between those toes. Oh, man, you've been walking a lot. There you go. You got to get that knot out. You got any problem areas? My friend, my fucking shoulder. No problem, man. Get in there. Hey, get this man some chilled grapes, palm leaf. I don't see anybody jerking his dick. Get on it. Welcome, man. How you been? Where you from? Oi, oi, thank you, America. I am from Venezuela. Oh, that's fucking awesome. How long did it take you to get here? Oh, let's see. After the Mexican government put me on the bus, only a couple of days. Oh, that's awesome. We're going to get you taken care of. Huh? We got some people paid for by American paying tax dollars, American taxpayers. They're going to jerk your dick till you're done. They're going to rub your feet. Huh? Ooh, you're right. I feel that knot. Oye, thank you, America. No problem. I'm going to get you situated. How does $9,000 sound? Well, pretty good. Oh, my God. That is so nice of you. I know, it is. Don't thank me. Actually, don't thank anybody. Who gives a fuck, right? Yes, you're right. Hey, once you're here and you put down roots, are you going to accept our culture and adopt our ways and become an American? Of course I won't. I will turn around and spit in your face. Oh, that's fine. Just make sure you vote for us come election time. Yes. Get on my shoulder. Shut the fuck up. You tell me when I'm wrong. I want to see in here. When I start lying, I want people to type in stop or a stop sign. You know, we love emojis. That's what's happening. Oh, you don't believe me? You don't have to. You don't have to believe me. I will show you. But you feel stupid that you're an American citizen, don't you? You'd have been born in another country. You come here and steal the American dream. You don't have to work for it. Look at your dumb ass. You're probably tired right now because you got up early and went to work. Stupid. Probably running a small business or a company. Working, getting up early, working hard. Look at, feel your hand. Are those calluses? You dumbass. Fucking ridiculous. Why were you born here? You should have been born somewhere else, come here illegally, and just skip to the end. Remember when you didn't manage your time right and you didn't do your book report, you just got the cliff notes? Just read the fucking cliff notes of being an American and skip to the fucking end. Skip to the prosperity. Don't work for it. Fucking dumbass. Are you Americans? You're so stupid. You're so stupid. I know. I'll do other accents too, because the people coming across the border illegally are no longer just from south of the border. What? I'm from Pakistan. I'm from China too. Fuck your law. Joe Biden say I don't have to obey. City of Chicago to give illegal immigrants $9,000 each for temporary housing and to furnish their new homes. Well, you can have them working for that. Over the last few days, the Windy City began providing illegal immigrants with $9,000 each in rental assistance. This will reportedly be distributed over a months-long period. Chicago, a sanctuary city like New York, is facing a migrant crisis, and in an effort to free up space within its shelters, the city is offering the rental assistance. Let's see, what's cheaper? $9,000 in rental assistance or a Greyhound bus back to wherever the fuck you came from? Cristina Pasion Zayas, the city's first deputy chief of staff, provided some insight into how the migrant crisis is okay, this isn't me. Provided some insight into how the migrant crisis is impacting the entire city and state financially. Is impacting, I think is what they meant to say. She said, The rent lasts for 6 months, and ideally, people would have started their legal process, ideally, secured legal work authorization, and be able to sustain that apartment. How are these people getting the jobs to sustain these apartments after this $9,000 runs out? Are you getting them jobs, and where? And of course, you know those jobs could go to never mind. Fuck you, American citizens. She added, and so the cost, or I guess the payment toward the landlord is based on market rate. It's based on the configuration of the pyramid. Okay. How many rooms, where it's located, all those things. And so it varies from place to place. Within the last week, 41 buses have arrived in Chicago, bringing the total number of migrants in shelters to 11,000, with 4,000 still sleeping on police station floors and staying at local airports. Thank you for turning Chicago into a third world shithole. It is important to also note that 30% of migrants in Chicago are children, and the majority of them are currently attending Chicago public schools. They tell you, don't you bring that filthy little mongrel into the school until you get this scroll long list of vaccinations. But these little illegal shits, come on in. We didn't stick a tongue depressor in your mouth or nothing. Get in here around our American kids. Even though you come from a country with diseases that we don't even have anymore. Infect them. Johnson said, Mayor Johnson, with the weather growing colder and hundreds of migrants arriving each day, it is more important than ever that every stakeholder at the state, federal, and local level work diligently to address this challenge while continuing to meet the needs of Chicago and Illinois residents. So they can do both. They can help them and you at the same time. With the weather growing colder, we got to hurry up and get these people off the streets. We don't want illegal immigrant popsicles everywhere. No, hey, Chicagoan, you born in America? Fuck you, freeze to death. Illegals? No. We got to keep you comfy. We got to keep you at a comfortable 98.6. Nearly 36 case management workers from Catholic charities are actively working to secure temporary housing for thousands of migrants. Residents who witness their fellow Chicagoans living on the streets are outraged by what they perceive as a misallocation of funds. How dare you, Chicagoans? Stating that those resources should be prioritized for the city's own population that are in desperate need. Oh, stupid. What does this dumbass have to say? Tyrone Muhammad, executive director of the ECCSC, a Chicago-based group advocating for social change, expressed his frustration, stating that the limited resources should be directed towards Chicagoans rather than illegal immigrants. He said, instead of helping our own people, we are going to send these limited resources to the people who broke the law to help them furnish their new homes. Forgive me. I assume that's how he talks since he's saying something so stupid. According to Fox 32, Chicago is not the only city in Illinois hosting migrants. Some suburbs are also trying to figure out how to house these individuals. The $40 million grant is not just going to Chicago. Lake County and Elgin will be receiving close to $1 million each. That money is set to be put toward providing shelter, food, health care, and other necessities. Well, that's nice. Isn't that nice? They don't want them outside in the cold. They want you outside in the cold, you idiot. Heidi Booth, what up, girl? She says, haha. Oh, hold on. There it is. Haha, I watched JG's video earlier about Chicago. Freaking dying laughing. Well, I'm glad to hear it. Glad you're not really dead from laughing. But what a way to go, right? What? Robin spewing? What do you mean? She says the American kids are going to shed RNA everywhere from the Franken shot. What do you mean? Oh, yeah. The sweet and sour sniffles. Yeah. Whatever. We don't know what this shit is. Here, take it. Yeah. I remember that. I remember that shit. Well, I hope it works because they're going to put that shit to the test because you're going to have a bunch of third world little turds sitting next to them in school. But they don't speak English. Don't worry, guys. What did I tell you earlier? It is easy to spend other people's money. They'll get some ESL classes. English is a second language. They'll get interpreters in there. They'll hire new people to teach these little mongrels who shouldn't be here. All of this money swirling around, moving people around like little tiny chess pieces. $40 million here, $40 million there, which is just a way for them to stick their hand in that cookie jar before it goes whizzing by to somebody else. But you have all this money floating around and all this confusion, and we can't take them. It's going to destroy the city. That's what the mayor of New York said. He says this is going to destroy New York City. Then send them back. There goes the problem. Send them back home. You won't need millions of dollars. You won't need shelter. You won't need healthcare and housing and all this other shit that you're willing to give these people over us. You won't need it. Yeah, but then there's no money floating around. Then there aren't millions of dollars to skim off the top. And then 5 years down the road, we'll see some suited up piece of shit being handcuffed with their head pushed down in the back of an FBI sedan. It turns out Chicago City Council member stole $50 million when the migrant crisis was happening. We know how this shit ends. Dahlhart says you can thank your favorite president, Joseph Biden. That's your favorite president, not mine. That sloppy son of a bitch. Sadie Manzaretti. She says, how come they don't vaccinate the illegal immigrants? Silly Sadie. That's because they need them. They don't want them getting sick and dying off. They're the new voting bloc. They're the new slave class that will work for them and vote for them because we gave you a bunch of free shit, remember? Remember when you were drowning in a third world cesspool and the dookie was about to crush your lips into your mouth? Who stuck a hand into that fucking number 2 and pulled you out? Huh? Who gave you a house? Who gave you money? Who put your little shits in school? Who gave you the American dream, even though they snatched it out of our mouths and gave it to them? Who did it for you? Hey, you did, Mr. America. Well, then get your ass over there, clean my house, and vote for me. Okay. That's right, Tammy D. I love the word dookie. You got it, Mark. A demographic change. Change by 1,000 cuts. We're the frogs in the pot, and they're cranking it up 1 degree at a time, so we don't even notice. It's like when you're a little kid and you're walking along and you're talking to your parents and you turn around and don't see them, and your little heart sinks because there's a bunch of adults around that you don't recognize. You're going to fuck around and, wait a minute, when did that store turn into a what? Hey, Sue, who the fuck is that? Wait a minute, wasn't that used to be the shoe store? Ubuntu's Knickknacks? What the fuck? Wasn't that an Italian restaurant? Why is it Ying Pang's Golden Dragon? It's always Chinese restaurants. Panda, Dragon, Jade, Garden. You tell me a Chinese restaurant you like to eat at doesn't have one of those fucking words in the title. What the hell? Why is that guy cutting that duck's head off on a block in front of the store? I didn't know we did that here. No, you're thinking of the town you grew up in. You're thinking of the old America. This is the new America with no room for Americans. You get your ass to the middle of the country. That's where you go. You get your ass to the Midwest and Northern America. These cities, the coasts, belong to us. That's another one, Matthew. Lotus. About 5 or 6 different words that are in every Japanese or Chinese restaurant title. And I love it. I ain't talking shit. It's hilarious. The my favorite restaurant where we used to live in the 831 was I think it was Panda something, like Panda. I think it was Panda Garden. And there's like a golden dragon. You know, there's always a dragon. Golden, that's another one. Oh, thank you, Chinese restaurants. We went to one. My niece had a game in Los Gatos, California. Actually, let me say it like this, because if you live in Los Gatos, you certainly drink with your pinky out. Careless, not Panda Express. I see where you're going, but that's definitely on the lower end of the Chinese food scale. I think it was called Toba Toba. Great food, great staff, very nice people. Our waitresses were two older Chinese ladies, so you know it's going to be good. But it was like the restaurant from Christmas Story. Like I was expecting to hear fra ra 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 ra. It was like that. Lots of red. The Chinese characters on the wall. Really nice place. You ever find yourself in Los Gatos, California? Make sure you go to a place called Toba Toba. It was great. Great people. Great food. Loved it. Toba Toba. So, if you want to renounce your citizenship, give up your America-tude, your Americanship, you want to give that up, leave, and come back as an illegal. And this is it's something I was thinking of yesterday when I was doing that video. If you're a white and you renounce your citizenship and you go across the border and you're thinking to yourself, I'll never make it because I'm white. These are people from brown countries. I'll have to do a Justin Trudeau and go brown face. No, you don't. Don't forget, guys. It's a fucking United Nations down at the border. We got Eastern Europeans coming through. It don't matter. Don't worry about that shit. Anybody, like, man, there's only, Latinos, Latinxes coming across the border. Don't worry about that shit. You Chinese, you African, you fucking Haitian, Pakistani, Eastern European, it don't matter. Everybody's coming. The word is out. It's made it around the world. It's open for everybody. Everybody come on in. It don't matter where you're from. You don't have shit? Don't worry about it. We got it for you. Just show up. Anybody ever tell you that? They've wanted you to come visit forever and there's always something. I can't just show up. We'll take care of everything. We'll feed you. We'll drive you around. Whatever you need. Just show up. That's what we tell these people. Just get here. It don't matter you butt naked. It don't matter. We're going to take care of you. We're going to give you things you've never imagined in your wildest dreams. Remember when you were back in that poor shithole country and you would dream about food? You would fall asleep to the sound of and the sound of some large predator lurking outside of your hut. Remember the food you would dream about, the mountains of ice cream? Your dreams used to be like that book, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. You used to dream about food, gravy and shit, steak, chicken, desserts. Oh, man. And you'd be mad as shit when you woke up and realized you were sleeping on a dirt floor. We're going to give you all of that. Imagine this, 24-hour food. 24 hour? That's right, man. What's your favorite restaurant chain? McDonald's. We got that. 24 hours. McDonald's, Popeyes, Jack in the Crack. Barbecue places, Mexican places, Chinese, Japanese, all the food you want. Your stomach will go on a culinary tour of the world. When's the last time you had a pair of shoes? Just kidding, you little shit. I know you've never had a new pair of shoes. Well, in America, we're going to give you new shoes. Not only new shoes, we're going to give you the best new shoes. You like Michael Jordan? Oh, the Jumpman. Yes, Michael Jordan. We're going to give you Jordans and Gucci, Jordan backpacks and jeans with the ripped ones. We can't have you out of style, bruh. We're going to give you everything, you little illegal bastard. You want property? You want land in America, but I have no money. Shut up. Don't worry about it. I'm going to take you to this little town called Chicago, the place with all the murder. Yes, but I'm going to give you $9,000. $9,000? I've never made that in my entire life. I know. Don't interrupt me again. Shut up. I'm going to give you $9,000. You don't have any furniture, do you? Of course you don't, you little fucker. We got you on that too. Money, furniture, clothes, food, medical care. You got kids? I do have a couple kids. Don't worry about it. We're gonna get them suited and booted. We're gonna put them in American schools. But what I don't want them to have the vaccination. Don't worry about it. We only vaccinate the little American fuckers. Don't worry, bro. We're gonna take care of you. You like sports? Soccer. We got a whole field for you. You want to call your family? I don't have the money. Don't forget, I told you already. We got you. And scene. DJ John T, thank you. He says, I have to come visit America now when Joe's the president. No, it's not a typo. It's president, not president. I'll identify myself as an illegal and my vacation is free. You damn right. Remember the scene at the end of Crocodile Dundee when they're trying Dundee and I can't remember the woman's name, the character's name. But they're at opposite ends of like the subway station. There's all these people behind them, but their love is so strong. We got to get these people together. So they lift them up and they're walking on top of the crowd. His boots, crikey, mate. He's stepping on people's head and shit, stepping on people's shoulders just to get him to his love. And that's what you will be doing, DJ John T. When you identify as an illegal and come to America, you will walk on all of our heads. You will crowd surf Americans and get to the front of the line. Why? Why, you ask? Because fuck you, American taxpayer. That's why. Wilton Perkins. Man, you know you're a stand-up dude. I bet you got a firm handshake when your name is Wilton Perkins. That's a good man right there. Never did anybody wrong. Thank you, Wilton. I appreciate that. Good looking out. Good looking out, Brev. Mr. Ranson Shan, once again, thank you. Ranson Shan, he says, we're going to have so many battles of the left going on now. AOCs versus the illegals, Ku Klux Klans versus the Muslims, reparations versus the rich blacks, and CRT versus the NAACP. It's a lot of battlefronts they're going to be on, but they can handle it, right? Well, you know who's going to lose that Ku Klux Klans and Muslims war. Reparations. Man, being in this fucking country is a reparation. I can't remember who it was, but somebody asked the question a few years back, probably 6-7 years ago. If America is so bad and it's racist and it's oppressive and systemic racism for everybody, if you're not a 6 foot tall white fucking Christian who loves vagina, you're oppressed. You're being held down. You're being held back. Then what other country would you like to be black in? No, you dumbass. Don't you say Canada or the UK. What other country would you like to be black in? Or go ahead. Take Canada and the UK. That's better. It's better to be black there than in America? Go ahead. Tell me how it is. Send me a fucking postcard. Go ahead. Because all of those countries, man, they're just like America. They speak English and have Mickey D's. No, stupid. What separates us from those other countries, I know they talk like us and they dress like us and they watch the same movies and shit. They got Pepsi. The difference between us and any of those other countries, and any country for that matter, is this piece of paper. And I know. Oh, Mark says definitely not 6 foot, definitely white, and I love it. You got 2 out of 3. The main thing that separates us from any of those other countries, black or not, is this pesky piece of paper. Now, to us, this paper is everything, but to them, it's a roadblock, it's a hurdle, it's a pain in the ass. It's very niggle. It's called the Constitution, and that keeps a lot of things in check. That gives everybody rights. That is the major difference between, just like, look at Canada. Justin Trudeau said one day he woke up, pulled that 12-inch dildo out of his ass and said, no more handguns. And it was because he's the prime minister. You can't do that. Look how hard they're trying to do that. Look how hard they're trying to take our guns away, especially after the shooting in Maine. You know what they're going to do? You got it was a senator from Maine who was talking about, before I was for guns, but now I'm scared and blah, blah, blah. We need an assault weapons ban. Shut up, bitch. You are a bitch. They need to put a pink dog collar on him because he is a female dog. You're a bitch. Because one dude who was nuttier than squirrel shit kills a bunch of people so nobody can have anything? You idiot. Man, go ahead and fuck with these other countries if you want. Take your black ass over to these other countries. Somebody, Leilani Mitchell says, Switzerland. Do they have a constitution? Nope, I'm good. And it's not even about these countries being racist or something like that. There's racist people everywhere. There's racist people right here in the greatest country in the world. But there's no constitution. No constitution, no go. Because the Constitution says no matter what these crazy bastards do, they cannot take away A, B, and C from you. And as long as that paper is there, we have something. We have more than them. Obviously, we have more than them because that's why they're trying so hard to take it. Assault weapons ban, and they'll tell you when the assault weapons ban was enacted in 1994 by I get my dick sucked at work, Clinton. When that happened, they'll tell you that during the assault weapons ban, crime went down. Gun crimes went down. Well, that right there, that statement should be loaded to in the back of a bull and shit in a river, because that's bullshit. That did not happen because most of these shootings aren't carried out with AR-15s. Let's be honest. That's what the assault rifle, that's what they're talking about. And the Armalite company who invented the AR-15, they made a mistake and created one of the coolest looking gun platforms in the world. That was their mistake. Because as we know, there are rifles out there. Pick one, 308, 30-06, 30-30 shotguns that have a way bigger round than the AR-15 and that can go way farther, minus a shotgun. Shotguns don't have good distance. But any of those other rifles, they can take you out from a long way. And the closer you are, the more destructive the round. The closer you are to a 308, 30-06, the messier it's going to get. You'd rather be shot with an AR-15 than one of those. Those will cut you in half. One second. Where is it? Boom. I got you, Mark. I got my copy of the Constitution right here. You should have one. It's a good read on the shitter. But how can you talk about this AR-15 like it's the end all be all? It's the biggest round out there. It's not even close. If you hold up an AR-15 round, a 5.56, 2.23, and you hold it up next to a 308, 30-06, any of those other ones, it looks like the bigger rifle round shit the AR-15, the 2.23 out. that 223 is a turd from the bigger rounds. But they're not based in logic and truth. They're based in emotion, and they're based in getting people who aren't educated on these things or don't care to educate themselves on these things to believe it. They call AR-15s weapons of war. Who's stepping on the battlefield with an AR-15 when you could have a 7.62 or bigger? Let's see, AR-15 or an AK-47? I'll take that AK all day. Stupid. Sloppy Joe's dumbass. Oh, why do you need 100 rounds? Because I want one, you senile fuck. You fuddy-duddy. That's why, because I want one. That's good enough. I don't need to explain nothing to you. You're the reason I need 100 rounds. You're the reason I need a 100-round drum. You're the reason I need a constitution. You're the reason I need that protection from that document. You. Now I know you're preoccupied with chocolate chip ice cream and sniffing out 7-year-olds' hair. But for those of us living in the real world, I want 100 rounds because I want to. And that's right. El Guapo 951, he said 100 rounds in the chamber. He sure did. I mentioned that in a live the other day. You can't find me a gun that you can put 100 rounds in the chamber. That's a weird look. That's a big-ass gun. Yeah, you probably couldn't even hold that damn thing. There's one in the chamber, you bastard. You 9mm is a lung blower. He also said the 9mm bullet. Why do they always pick the smaller bullets? The AR-15, 223 is the smallest bullet out of a rifle round, other than like a 22 or something. But in a pistol round, a 9mm? That's child's play compared to some of the other ones. 357s, 44s, 44 mags, 50 cals. But he said the 9mm round can blow a lung completely out of the body. Okay. All right. H.G. Wells says, my chamber holds billions. I wouldn't want it. That gun would look stupid. I wouldn't want to shoot that big old piece of shit. I don't get these people, man. But they're the ones in charge. They're the ones making the rules. You want to take my guns away and you don't know shit about my guns. You don't even know what you're taking from me. You don't know anything about it. You just want to take it. You're ignoring the fact that up to 3 million times a year, guns are used in a good way to ward people off, to keep people from doing bad stuff. Or if they do something bad, or if they intend to do something bad, I can use that gun to protect myself. Because that person's obviously an evil demon piece of shit who doesn't deserve to be here anymore. I do. I'm the good guy. Good guys with guns, that's why we're still here. I used to do a segment called Good Gun, where I would read a story every day or telling how a gun saves somebody. But what do we know? You don't know shit. You're just a taxpayer. That's all you are. Ferg, what's going on? You're not intelligent. You're a taxpayer. So, what are we doing over in the Middle East? Huh? Who are we carrying out airstrikes against? Well, U.S. military carries out airstrikes on facilities in Syria operated by Iranian-backed forces. Maybe that's why Iran canceled their trip here. Didn't want to come hang out. The U.S. military conducted airstrikes on 2 facilities in eastern Syria on Thursday in response to ongoing attacks against American military personnel in Iraq and Syria over the past week, according to the Department of Defense. And the head of that department is the same guy who had a mask and a face shield on. Keep that in mind. A pair of F-16s targeted 2 facilities, a weapons depot and an ammo storage area near Abu Kamal, used by Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps and affiliated groups. A senior U.S. defense official told Fox News' Jennifer Griffin it's unclear if there were any Iranian militants at the facility when they were hit. Well, what the hell do you think? You mean to tell me you did your bombing run, you strafed the area on the one day nobody was there? Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said in a statement Thursday night that the U.S. does not seek conflict, but the Iranian-backed attacks on American forces are unacceptable and must stop. Iran wants to hide its hand and deny its role in these attacks against our forces. We will not let them, Austin said. If attacks by Iran's proxies against U.S. forces continue, we will not hesitate to take further necessary measures to protect our people. You see how they did that? There's a 3-card money game. You got to keep your eye on the walnut. Which cup is the walnut under? So now they've moved shit around to where we're going to protect our people. We care about U.S. servicemen and women. We're going to protect them, even though we created this whole situation for them to be attacked in the first place. But we care. There have been 19 attacks against American personnel in Iraq and Syria since October 17th, including 3 additional attacks on Thursday, according to Brigadier General Pat Ryder. A U.S. contractor died from a cardiac incident while sheltering in place during the attacks, and 21 American troops were injured, all of whom have since returned to duty. So very minor injuries, thankfully. U.S. officials made clear the strikes were conducted solely in response to the attacks against American personnel and are not connected to the Israel-Hamas war. Of course not, even though that's what brought you to the region in the first place, but there's no connection. Move along. Nothing to see here. They're separate and distinct from the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas and do not constitute a shift in our approach to Israel-Hamas conflict, Austin said. We continue to urge all state and non-state entities not to take action that would escalate into a broader regional conflict. A senior U.S. defense official also said Israel was not informed of the plan ahead of the airstrikes. Well, thank God you didn't share that secret with the world. You hear that? Iran and their proxy war. It's only a matter of time before we declare war against Iran. If you know that they're supplying them and you know they're arming them and they're putting them into place to attack you, boy, it would behoove you to go to the source and stop it, right? Don't worry, guys. War with Iran coming up. Remember the little black dude with the thick glasses? Tommy Davidson played that character on A Living Color. And they would say something in the dining area, and he was the chef. And he would always mishear what they said, and then he would make what they didn't say. For example, like they would be talking out in the dining area, and one of the waiters goes, yeah, I don't know how those folks feel. And he goes, oatmeal, pick it up. And he put a bowl of oatmeal up there. Anything they said, he would mishear it. So a war with Iran, pick it up. Well, I don't know where I stand. War with Iran, pick it up. Bing, and hit the little bell. It's coming. They're going to serve it up. Hot and fresh. Hot, fresh. War with Iran, just like they wanted. This is their money shot. This whole time they just been stroking on it. And finally, this war in Iran, they finally get their release. This is what they wanted. These people are fucking warmongers. They want war. They are crack fiends, and this is the biggest shiny crack rock they've ever seen, and they will have it. But at what cost? At whose peril? That's right. Hello, taxpayer. Are you annoyed by your young boys and girls, your young sons and daughters? We have a solution. Send them to Iran to die in the sand. Sorry, I just had a Mitch McConnell. I had a Mitch glitch. This is going to happen. When's the last time we started a war? Well, it had to be more than 4 years ago because Trump, he didn't start. Never mind. Forget it. Orange guy. He was so rude, but he didn't start any new fucking wars, did he? Nope. Nope. So, and don't find a receipt for anything that you purchased under Trump because it's going to make you angry and you're going to pass out. Because you're going to see $2 for gas, $3 for eggs. You're going to lose it. Don't do that to yourself. 1995 Texas Aggie. Hey, Mitch, easy on the gummies, man. Like Johnny Depp said in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, you took, or no, it wasn't Johnny Depp. He was saying it to Johnny Depp, Benicio del Toro in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. You took too much, man. You took too much. I wish that's all it was. I wish they were on gummies. I wish they were on edibles. At least you can come down from that. How do you come down from senility? How do you come down from brain trauma? 3 aneurysms and an embolism, Mr. Sloppy Joe. Verse Pro, beef was $2 a pound. I told you, don't look at that shit. $2 a pound for beef. What's that shit now? $6? Anyway, we're gonna go Scoop Jr. We get to hang out. My wife is hosting what is it? I can't think of it. What's the game women get together and play? I can't think of it. I was just talking about it today. We've been talking about this shit. Bunko. There it is. Yeah. Thanks, Hockey. Bunko. My wife's hosting Bunko tonight. So my daughter, she has her first school dance. She's in 6th grade. 6th grade. She's going to her first school dance tonight. So from there, she'll go hang out with her friend. And then me and Junior, I don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to go hang out until everybody leaves and then we'll come back home. But yeah, Bunko, my wife's hosting tonight. So sounds like a nightmare. Can't wait to be away from home. But yeah, that's what I got to go do right now. And Georgie, well, I'll tell you guys that later. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna go and hang out. And actually, as I mentioned before, my racist white neighbors who offered some space on their trailer to take shit to the dump, looks like I gotta go throw some shit on their trailer. So that's also what I'll be doing. But I thank you guys for being here. Another Friday live in the books. I hope you had fun. I know I did. Todd Terrell, 5 Nights at Freddy's. I think we're gonna go watch that. My son and I. My wife was telling me about it. Oh yeah, I got some supers in here. Thanks, J954. But yeah, 5 Nights at Freddy's or some shit. I think we're gonna go watch that. Because I told my son the story of how my dad, when I was 5, he took me to see Jason Part 6 in the movie theater. And my son didn't take it as a horror story like I meant it. He took it as, he took you at 5, so you must be old enough. I want to go do that too. So now I got to take him to the movies. We've been before. We went and saw that Spider-Verse one, but it's just too fucking long. Like an hour and a half in, he's like, doing the squirmy squirm in his chair. But yeah, we're going to go kick it, hang out. I always look forward to hanging out with him. He's crazy. He says the wildest shit. Oh, check this out. So, hold on. He told me the other day, Dad, I got a girlfriend. Oh, really? Yeah. When we let him know, hey, no kissing or nothing, no shit like that. Like you just like, verbally. That's my girlfriend. But you guys ain't gonna, ain't gonna do nothing. They're little kids, they're innocent. So the next day he goes, Dad, I have a wife. What? You have a wife? Even though I like the fact that he understands that that's the natural order of things. So you have a wife? He's like, yeah, she asked me if I wanted her to be my wife. And I was like, what did you say? He said, I said, yeah. Okay. So then yesterday, he comes home and he says, or he tells his mom, because his mom went to pick him up yesterday from school. So she's telling me this. I felt so bad for him. He said that he sits down on the bench with my wife and he goes, Mom, I had a really bad day. And my wife was like, what happened? What's going on? He said, my wife left me. My wife was like, he goes, it's not funny, Mom. She's like, no, I'm sorry, sweetheart. What happened? He's like, I don't know. She just said that she didn't want to be my wife anymore. And I was like, dang, man. And I was talking to him. And I was like, it's okay. And we're sitting on the couch together. He's like, yeah. He's like, we said she made me feel stupid. How? She wouldn't sit next to me at lunch. He says I was sitting there at the table and she was sitting way on the other side. And I said, did she say why she didn't want to be your wife anymore? He's like, no, she didn't say anything. She wouldn't talk to me. I was like, damn, man, I felt so bad for him. Now, of course, he's in second grade. He's not going to remember this shit. But at the time, right now, I'm like, damn, man, that sucks. And there's really nothing I could say to him. He was just, kind of bummed out. But he'll be okay. But maybe today, I'm interested to talk to him and see, did she say anything today? Did she explain herself? So I don't know. Well, I'll fill you guys in on the junior drama. But right now, he's dealing with his first divorce. Heidi Booth. Thank you, young lady. She says, we want some silky Joe Biden talk, JG. Well, the OJ's taught me one thing. Not OJ Simpson, the group. Got to give the people what they want. That's right, bitches. You have just over a year until you're going to tell me what I want to hear. You better make me president, bitch, or I'll come out my Cadillac and slap all you hoes. And you know what, bitches? I need you to get out there and work a little bit harder. I need you to be with a few more Johns. You know why, bitch? Because we got wars to pay for, ho. We got one going on in Ukraine. That shit is insane. And we got one going on in the Middle East, and I won't say that one's the least. But all you need to know, bitches, is you need to get out there and work a little bit harder and give your daddy some more tax revenue so I can do what I do. Bye, bitch. What a jerk. Why would you want to hear that, Heidi? He is so fucking rude. But you wanted it. There you go. Simeon Merriweather. Thank you, good man. DJ John T. DJ John T, thank you again. He says, I said it before. When made in America doesn't mean anything anymore, the world is fucked. So true. When America is doing well and America is in charge, the world's a better place. Tell me I'm lying. Wilton Perkins. Thank you, man, once again. He says, we actually had to take a Constitution knowledge test before graduating from 8th grade back in 1973. God bless America. Wait a minute. Wilton, you don't get away that easily. You mean to tell me they weren't telling you that you're non-binary and it's okay if you're a Ku Klux trans member when you were in 8th grade? You didn't have drag queen story hour in 8th grade and they were making you learn things about the Constitution? Oh, man, you were failed, Mr. Perkins. They should have been asking you your feelings, and they should have been asking you to join clubs and don't tell your parents what we talk about. Damn, J954, getting it dark up in here. He says, Gaza Strip, that like button, y'all. Yumbo yak. I like a yumbo yak con queso. So fucked up. Boy, when you guys get play, you get play. LAPD SWAT 1. Thank you. Hope you're being safe out there. It says, have you seen 7 Days in May from 1964? Check it out. I will. I do like a good movie suggestion, and I'm getting back into the old school. I don't know if it's in black and white, but I assume 1964 it probably is. The older movies, we were watching some James Bond, Psycho. I like those old movies. It's such an example of what we need to return to. A lot of things socially, even the way people dressed back then. We can learn a lot of lessons from those old movies, and a lot of them, probably like this one you're suggesting, give us a little bit of heads up of what we're going to be dealing with now, like the movie 1984. So that movie could be here's what's coming. JN54 says, JG, Five Nights at Freddy's is free on Peacock, by the way. I don't have Peacock. And plus we gotta be out of the house. We're gonna be hanging around with all these women. So we gotta go anyway. So we'll probably hit the theater, let him pick where we go eat, make a night of it, make some memories. But appreciate you guys being here. Another Friday live stream in the books. I had a good time. I hope you did too. A lot of fun. Like, who says you can't laugh at all the fucked up shit in the world? So Monday, I'll be on Locals, Jericho Green at locals.com. Tuesday, I'll be on Rumble. This past week, I wasn't on Locals and Rumble because I was doing interviews. So, yeah, next week, I'll pick that up, and then I'll be doing lives. And then next week will be the first Friday of the month, which means it'll be a members-only live. So if you want to be there, make sure you become a member. Streaky Bacon says, do you ever see the state splitting up for political or race reasons? I don't, because the narrative they try to sell us isn't true. We're not divided. We have much more in common than we don't have in common with each other. So I don't think that will ever happen. What a shitty fucking day that would be if it ever came, but I don't think it will. I don't. I gotta reserve some hope. Kennedy says, my dad DJ'd all my school dances. I wasn't getting away with shit. Who's going to watch baby girl at her dance? Her best friend's dad is going to be there. So, yeah, we'll have eyes on the situation. And my daughter, she's a good kid. She knows. She's definitely a rule follower. And she knows me. She knows that I don't play that shit. I love her to death. I'm very affectionate with my daughter. I'll give her anything that she wants because she's a good kid. She gets good grades, all that kind of stuff. But we made it very clear that you don't have any boyfriends or anything like that. So I don't think she'll be going astray. And if she does, I will bring my wrath upon her. So yeah, thank you guys. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for your comments, your questions, your generosity. And you were great. I was great. So that means that we were great. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe, hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit lefty cries. Utilize a Linktree link. Get your ass over to jerichogreen.net. Hit that Teespring link to get some link to get some merch. And make sure you check out the pinned comment at the top of the comment section to go check out my new channel, Green's House. I am Jericho Green. Man, I'm out.